Hello, this is Joe Novickus. I'm going to walk you through the screening process using FinViz. So you go to finviz.com, and when you get in there, you go to the screener link. Close Jim Cramer there. All right, what we're looking for in the screener, we're looking for USA traded companies, so we're going to click on that. We're looking for a price. We'll start with over 20 a share, and we want volume to be over 2 million, and that brings us to 31 total. So that's kind of a smaller group, so we want to maybe adjust this a little bit. Maybe we'll go over 1 million. Let's see what that does to our list. That gives us 71 stocks to look at. Let me try over 15 and see what that does. That gives me 77 stocks to look through. So this is going to be the basis of our screening process. We're going to go through these 77 charts. They have over 1 million in volume. They're traded at over $15 a share, and they're USA selected. So once I get that, I usually like to see 1 to 200 charts in there, but right now it's giving me 77. So we'll pull up that. Once we get that screen, we're then going to go to the charts. So the charts now are all marked up there, and we're going to go to the 3-month charts. So that's what I'm going to focus on first. So now I'm going to go through these charts, and basically I am going to find the patterns that are giving me double tops and double bottoms, or if it has a strong trend of where the bulls are in charge, such as AIG right here, or where the bears are in charge, possibly Citigroup here. So we're going to go through those different charts, and as soon as I find one, I'm going to pause right now, and then I'll highlight kind of what I'm looking at. All right, the first one I'm going to look at is AAL, which is American Airlines. And I could see that it's given me a range between, it looks like right around 39 being the resistance level, the ceiling. The support level looks like it's somewhere around 34. It broke out at 34 here, and then it kind of broke the level really quickly, and then it kind of came off of that level. So when I look at my risk reward here, my downside risk from where it's at right currently, that 39 level would be $5 to the downside. The upside, it's really at a double top here, so this might not be a bad stock that we might want to trade today, actually, depending on how it's doing. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of with this stock, there is some volatility in here a little bit. You can see kind of a couple days here, there's some volatility. You see some volatility on these 2 days, so that's moving, $1.50 a share there. That's some good movement. But then we have a lot of small days with not a lot of volatility. So we want to make sure that we go out, when we trade these options, we want to go out maybe a month, and maybe we'll work that trade in right now. So let me pause, and I'm going to bring in the trading simulator for AAL. So I pulled up the American Airline option chain now, and if I go to the June, we go 1 month out here, June 14th, 32 days expiration. I think that we're coming off a resistance, so I want to be able to buy put contracts because I think it's coming down off a resistance. And you can see there's very little volume, and so unfortunately, even though I like the chart, this is a great example of I just can't do the option. Now, if I want to short the stock, I could short the stock, but I can't operate in the options. And sometimes that's a good lesson to show the students. The chart looks attractive, you have a strategy, but then you get into the option chain and there's just not enough volume here. And when I go out to July, it's, I have a little bit more here. It's still loading this, it wasn't pulling it up, but basically these are all zeros too. So there's no option volume on the contract as of right now. All right, so let's go on to another security. The next stock, I just want to show you this chart pattern because this is kind of interesting. If we were to look up here, we're looking for double tops, and you can see kind of a double top right up here. And if you would have shorted this one at this resistance level, you can see what would have happened for you. You had a huge break, blow off here from 61. I mean, and we can see it pretty much went all the way down to 55 here pretty quickly in a matter of a few days. And you can see the chart just breaking down further. So right now it's not giving us a true ceiling or floor. It's in a very tight congestion pattern over the last couple weeks right here in this range. So right now your guess would be as good as mine. But This is why we look for the patterns. As we look through more and more patterns, we see double tops, double bottoms. We want to trade off of those in those congestion patterns. And sometimes, not only will it really break down, this one broke down pretty big. Now, obviously, we had earnings in there, and we got to be cautious when we trade into earnings. But if we were shorting the stock, this would have been a nice short here at this level. And we want to make sure that the students focus on, picking on the weak stocks, just as we like to find the strong stocks. Another stock we would want to look at is JCI. We kind of see that breakdown right here. It kind of broke off, and then you can see the strong hands started taking control of this stock, and the stock started moving up again. And so right here in this level, as it kind of came up and then it came back down, and it came back up and it came back down, it looks like the trend was with the bulls here. So this would have been a nice find over the weekend. You would have found the chart sitting here, and then this green line represents today's movement, Monday. And so that's the power of the charting, looking at charts and kind of looking what happens. So not only are we looking for potential patterns here, we're looking for that potential breakdown. If I look over here at IWM, this is the Russell 2000 ETF, and so we can kind of see the chart pattern that the strong hands are the bears here, and so we have a nice movement here today, and this might be a position where we might want to then short it to stick with the strong hands. But right now, though, let's try to find another chart that looks like it's in congestion and has volatility. Over here, Love's Las Vegas Sands, we can kind of see it's forming kind of like a triple bottom action here. If we see the trend is down, and so it might make a lower high here, but it looks like it's going to hold this level here, and it looks like it's coming off the level today. So this might be one where we might want to buy the upside here. 72 floor, 80 resistance. This might be a nice one we'd want to maybe buy. So let me go see if we have some option action in this one. All right, we do have some option volume. It's not greater than 200, but you can see it's consistently here in this level. It's 164, 155, 108, 65. So it seems like we'll be able to get in and out of this trade. And going back to the chart, we were looking at LVS here. And there's the LVS chart, and we're thinking maybe it's going to hold this support level and kind of bounce off. So we're going to place that trade in, and I'll kind of show you, I'll walk you through the trade on kind of how that would look. All right, so I'm going to walk you through the order here. So I'm going to go into Las Vegas Sands. I'm going to go, right now it's at 73.36. So which one is the closest to? This option contract right here is closest to at the money. So we're going to come in here and we're going to buy 5 of these. So we're going to spend $1,500. So we're going to buy 5. We're going to put a market order in here. So there's the 5. We're buying at market, and right now that market order looks like it's right around 3. So 30% stop on that would be $3 times 0.30. We're going to get 90 cents. So 210 would be our stop. So we want to create a single order, would just place that market order, but then we want to make sure that we do a first triggers all. So we want to, once we put in as first triggers all, this is the first trade, and then once that trade gets executed, then it's going to trigger all the trades. So the stop order here would be coming up here. We're going to click on this again, and then you can see it kind of dumps in the second order. So we're going to want to sell our 5 contracts. Whoop, we went the wrong way there. We're selling the 5. We're going to sell that call, and we're going to put a stop on it. The stop is going to be 210. There's the 210. So we have our buy 5 contracts at $3 market order. It looks like it went down a couple cents since there, and you can see it kind of dropped a little bit. It's kind of going back and forth. So we're selling the 5. It's 72.50 strike, so the same contract, and then we're going to confirm it. So here's our order. We're going to buy 5, and then if that works, then we're going to put that sell order on, triggered by the first trade. So this trade goes through, then it'll place that stop for us. So that's kind of how that would look. We're going to send it. And now we're going to go back to our portfolio. Let's see how quickly it works. So there's the 5, and it already went through. So we paid $297 for it, and then we want to make sure that our working order is there. So we're going to go to working order. Let's see. It's not popping up. Let's come up here to trade, accounts. And sometimes there is a delay there. Let me blow this up. And then if I go to accounts, order history, you could see I have a working order, and there's my 210 stop. All right, so there we have it. We have that order is in the books. Now, that is basically just pure, we're looking at the chart, we think it's going to go a certain direction, and now we're just going to keep an eye on it. All right, I'm kind of stop right here, and I want you to kind of maybe find a stock that you want to trade, put the order in, put the closing order in the account that I sent you, and just we'll kind of practice together.